Hello everyone, welcome to Alphawisdom. On your screen you'll see the thumb featuring the setting and the phalanges. That's what we're going to be talking about. All right, getting started. Let's take a look here. Here's a picture of three separate pictures but on the same page, of course. This is average, this is narrow, this is wide. Okay, we're talking about the setting, also referred to as angle of the thumb. There are three settings for the placement of the thumb: high, middle, and low. We've touched on that. The setting or angle will show how close the thumb is to the index finger. The angle of opening will range from 45 degrees to 90 degrees and tells how generous you are. So this one is the narrow one. This would be a little, just barely getting to 45. Okay? This one is wider, more than 45. And this one is the widest. This is 90, approximately 90 degrees. So we have just about 45. This is 45, could be slightly more. And this is 90. So we're clear there. All right. Now, when we have this one, 45 degrees, the individual is cautious and more comfortable with interests that are specialized. They have a clear direction of what they want. Okay? Now let's take average. The individual tends to be generous, but they kind of use your head with it. Generous but just. They are balanced in terms of their interest. So that's why we call them average. Let's take a look at the wider one. 90 degrees or more. The individual is generous and has many interests, okay? Now, this could be wider, and it's not uncommon. The wider the angle of the thumb, the more generous the person will be. Now, it could be generous to a fault, meaning they might be a little gullible where people take advantage of them, okay? The narrower the angle of the thumb, that means when it's closer to the index finger, the person will be more cautious. In fact, the person may be stingy and rigid. Okay? So that's the angle. Now, let's take a look at what it actually looks like. Here we're looking at average at the bottom, and this is wide. And here is, I think you can see that, this is narrow. Narrow, average, and wide. So I think we're clear there. All right, we're leaving this and we're going to go right into the phalanges. Okay, here we have the phalanges. There are three phalanges. That means sections. Phalange is the term used in palmistry for the sections of the finger. All right? The thumb is divided into three sections or phalanges. The nail phalange, which would be the top one. The middle one, I have it marked here for you. And the thumb ball or the Venus mount. Okay? This involves willpower, action. This is reason and logic. And this is your energy level, your base energy level. Okay? Now let's take this one, the will. The will, your action, indicates decisiveness, staying power, and the ability to transform thoughts into deeds. Now, depending on what type of fingertip you have, like remember when we were talking about the square tip or the narrow pointed or the spatulate, it may differ a little bit. So I'll just briefly tell you about that. If it's square, this reveals organizing ability and a sense of justice or fairness when it comes to making a decision concerning others. Still with this, the spatulate phalange is a sign of a dynamic individual who is aggressive and has fighting spirit. Now, if it's narrow or pointed, willpower is often lacking, and the person's energy may tend to scatter when confronted with a major project or a situation that requires long-term attention. All right, let's leave the tip and let's go on to the middle. Logic and reason. It sometimes can appear to be swollen, this part in here. Sometimes appear. It may not be, but it just appears that way. If that's the case, the person will be blunt and straightforward when dealing with others. All right? But if it is really swollen, the person tends to be diplomatic, tactful, and clever. Okay, that's the 3. And if this is full, thumb ball is full, that means the person is outdoorsy, active, really into physicality. Now, ideally, both the top and the middle should be of equal length. That is, if this is like an inch, this should be an inch, okay? Which indicates balance between your will and your reason. If the top is longer than the middle one, this means a tendency to act without thinking. You got so much action going here. Now, if this is longer, the middle is longer than the top, this favors thinking over talking over action. The thinking process dominates here. It's like this is controlling this. And if it's a reverse, this is controlling this. So that's why it is so much better if it's balanced. So we will see. Sorry about that. All right. Thus ends our discussion of the thumb. I hope you found this very interesting. Remember to give a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. Welcome to the new subscriber. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Love yourself. Love and light. Bye.